Hello dear friends, thank you for coming and visiting Yaya Gifts. Today we're going to continue with the chipboard album organizer. This time we're going to decorate it. So when we're done cutting, when we're done cutting in our Cricut Design Studio and our Cricut machine, we're going to need two pieces. One's going to be the front cover and the other one is going to be the bottom. Okay, so what I noticed when I cut this is that this picky poke it's too high for what I want. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna cut it. If I want to cut it even, I will trace a line with my pencil, not too hard, it's just to mark it down, and when I have the way I want it, I will cut it. Okay, it's kind of rounded. Let me sharpen it a little bit. Anyway, so but if you like it the way it is, just leave it like that. It's my personal choice. Okay, if you like it like that, leave it like that. If not, cut it around. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna round all of them. Okay, all around. There are 3 of them and I'm gonna round the 3 of them. Then when I am done with that, I check that everything is the way I like, and before we put or we glue the paper on, let me show you how to cut it. So what we want to align the edge of the paper with the edge of the cover. So I'm gonna turn it and I'm going to align it very well that it's straight, and then I'm gonna grab a pencil and trace all around it. You don't need a lot of pressure to do that. It's just an outline that we're going to cut out. So we just go all around the border, just like that. And don't forget to do the holes where the rings are gonna go. Okay, so now we're done with that. We have the tracing, and now we're gonna cut. Snip, snip. After I'm done cutting, and don't forget the holes there, let me check that it's okay with what I did. So it looks good and nice. So now we're going to do the bottom side as well. Okay, so I'm gonna place it down again, I'm gonna trace it again, and don't forget the holes for the rings. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm gonna use a hole punch to do the holes, and now we are ready for the next step. You see? Okay, for the next step, I'm gonna use a decoupage glue. I like Podge, that's my favorite for decoupage projects, and a foam brush, and a little something so you can put your glue on there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover entirely the whole chipboard, and be sure to make it fast and generous so it won't dry too fast, and we will be able to put our page and move it the way we want it until we align it. Okay, be sure that we clean all the excess of glue and also your work area, and push it down so you will remove all the bubbles that might be left, and done. You do that same thing for the other side. Okay, so I'm done here. I did the top and the bottom side of the cover, of the front cover. Okay, you do the same with the other cover. Okay, so you do front and bottom, or top or bottom. Okay, so once we're done with those and they're completely dry, we notice that the edges are a little rough, so we want to soften them. For that, we're gonna use a very soft or small grain sandpaper, and we will sandpaper all over the edges, all around it. Okay, you don't need to make it really hard. Anyway, so when you touch and it's soft to the touch, then you know you're done. After we're done with the softening of the edges, we're gonna just grab any ink, stamp ink that you like, and with a little sponge we're going to ink all around the edges. That is to cover all the imperfections that we have had when we cut it, and also to give that vintage look or antique look. Okay, so when we do this all over the edge, okay, and we're gonna do this with both the front side and the back side. Okay, and we also do it with both the front cover and the bottom cover. Okay, so once we're done, we're going to proceed to decorate it. I already cut this little piece of cardstock. This is a brown cardstock, and also glitter paper, and make a couple of straps. And then also I used Spellbinder die cuts to make flowers. These are the beady blossoms. So before we glue, we want to arrange them in a way that we feel satisfied with, and look. And once we have the look we want, then we proceed to glue them all. Okay, and trim all the excess cardstock that you might have. Now I added some butterflies, and now I glue them all. I cut the extra cardstock that I didn't want, and now I'm gonna put a sentiment. This is gonna be a thank you album, so I'm gonna use a thank you sentiment. I put some foam adhesive to give dimension, and also I will put some rhinestones to give a little bling bling onto it. So I use some glue dots and place the rhinestones anywhere you want. Okay, so one more, I think, over there, and it's cute. You can decorate the back side also, or oops, I'm sorry, I didn't glue that properly, and there's another one. I will have to come back for that. Anyway, so once you're done and gluing everything, then you can either decorate the back or not. It's up to you. Now I made some pockets with just regular 12 by 12 paper, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark my holes. Okay, I will turn it around and center them the way I want it, and then I will turn it again without trying not to remove the space, and then I will mark them with a pencil or a pen. And then I'm ready to use my hole punch and punch the holes. Okay, I'm making here 2 punch holes. If you want 3 rings, you can put 3 rings. Okay, so now I open my 12 by 12 paper, and I'm gonna add a very thin line of glue. I don't want it to be too thick, so the pocket will be big enough to fit the card and an envelope. Okay, we give pressure and we'll let it dry completely. Okay, and if, for example, I got there the barcodes, I didn't cut it properly, you can put a sticker, a die cut, anything you want to cover anything that you don't want people to see or you don't want to see in any of your pockets. Okay, so I did 4 pockets for this one, and now we're going to put them in the album. Okay, so before we do that, let me show you the rings. These are those that you can open easily. They are not the spring rings, but those that open and close. Those are the ones that I prefer to use for this type of projects. So now I have these reinforcement labels. I found it in a office supply store, and I'm going to put them around the holes. So this will keep them strong and they won't tear easily. Okay, so I put them 1 and 2. They are really, really nice to use. Also, they make punches now that, you know, they have these reinforcements. You can use cardstock to make them stronger. So I'm going to put them all in all of my papers, and don't forget to do also in the back. Okay, the more the better. There you go. So I did them with 4 of them, and now I'm going to place it. First, I put the ring through the bottom, and then I put my pockets. Okay, all in the ring. I did the same with the bottom part, and then last you put the cover on. Okay, and close the rings. At this point, if you want to leave the rings like that, it's okay. Okay, now we're gonna open and see. It's taking a lot of shape here. It looks really nice. Okay, so as I said, if you want to leave the rings like that, leave them like that. Or if you want to decorate them, the best way is to use ribbon. I have these leftover ribbons from other projects, and just make a simple knot just to make them look pretty. You can use any color you want, any type of ribbon you want. It's like a collage ribbon, sort of. It's gonna look good any way you do it. And I think that the more different textures in the ribbons, it looks better. Okay, so now we're done putting the ribbons, and it's done. So now the fun part. So here's some greeting cards that I made with different brands. I used Stampin' Up. I also used Close to My Heart. And don't forget, the envelopes go with it. And now you have it. Okay, so this is a cute pineapple. Look at that. It says thank you. And also you can put 2 in a pocket if you want. And also I made some on my own. Anyway, so this is the project, and I hope you liked it. This is really fun, an easy way and cute way to have your cards organized. This one is a little thinner. I made this other one for Christmas, and it's a little taller. And let me accommodate the lens of the camera so you can see it. I did decorate this one inside. I was very ambitious that day, and all my Christmas cards are there. You can do 4 pages, 2 pages, 10 pages. You know, just be sure that the ring, the more pages you have, the bigger ring you will need. And that's all for today. And don't forget to give us like and Facebook page as Yaya Gifts 1, and always thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for being here. Goodbye.